Welcome everybody to another video in our Johnny Appleseed Organics Invitational series. We're just getting underway this season. Our competition just started a couple of weeks ago and we're gearing up to grow in all of these great categories. So I'm out hunting around looking for some seeds. I got a few on their way, so we'll be getting some videos going here real soon talking about each of these individual categories. But today, what I want to do is I want to talk about the competition itself, go over all the rules with all of you here so we can have a good idea of what we're looking at as we get growing into this season. So we got a great competition ahead of us here coming up. We've got some great competitors as well too. So I encourage you all to go down and check out all of our competitor profiles in our Johnny Appleseed Organics leaderboard website. And if you'll notice too, I'm the only guy in the competition. I've got my work cut out with all of these really great gardening ladies around the country here that Johnny Appleseed Organics picked to compete in this competition. So what we did in our last video was we dug just a little bit deeper into my gardening story than what we put into my introduction video on the profile page of the website. So if you hadn't had a chance to check that out, I encourage you to check it out. And what I'll do is I'll put up an iCard right now that'll take you to our Urban Gardener playlist for all of these Johnny Appleseed organic videos in this series. Plus, again, there'll be more content too if you check out like our Instagram and check out what the different links that they have on the Johnny Appleseed Organic website too. So all sorts of different ways to find all the different content on what we're growing throughout this season, and same with all of the other great competitors too. So all right, let's talk about this competition and all the different rules and details for all the different great categories that Johnny Appleseed has selected for us to compete in this invitational this year. Each one of us have got to submit in 6 different categories, and the competition is going to run from February 15th all the way until September 30th. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to read the rules of the competition as they're laid out in the website in the description below. So what we got for our first category is the Heavyest Tomato. Now I've grown a lot of different tomatoes over the years. I've gotten some pretty good sized ones, but I'm on the lookout right now and hopefully we'll have some seeds coming in real soon for a nice good sized tomato that should do well in this competition category. Each one of these categories where it involves weights are going to be weighed on a certified scale that Johnny Appleseed Organics is locating for each one of us in all of our respective growing areas around the country, so that we can have a great certified weight for each one of our different submissions. Now the website for this category says, watch our contestants ruthlessly. Now I don't know about ruthlessly, but we'll definitely battle to grow the heaviest open pollinated tomato cultivar of our choice from seed, while documenting the planting and growing process for all of you to follow along with on social media. So do be sure to check out that website for all of our different social media links. Heftiest tomato harvested within 140 days when weighed by certified scale wins. So we'll have 140 days from seed to have our tomatoes weighed by that certified scale. Now follow along to watch our supreme gardening competitors sow, tend, and weigh their prize fruit while sharing their heavyweight tomato growing secrets. So yes, this one's going to be really fun. As I said, I've grown a few different tomatoes before, but hopefully we've got the right one coming soon. The next category is the hottest pepper. Now I love growing peppers. I've grown peppers probably from the very beginning of when I started my garden. You know, that was probably one of the first plants I started trying to figure out. And peppers are great. There's so many different varieties, from sweet to super, super hot, like we're trying to get in this category. Now I've grown all different kinds from all the way up and down that scale and they are just really great plants when it comes down to it, with all the different ways that they grow. So we're going to try to get ourselves the hottest one possible, and I think I've got a choice, and I'll reveal all of that to you really soon here as we get growing along this season. Now the website says, watch our contestants battle it out to grow the hottest pepper in a 160-day cutthroat chili growing challenge. That was fun to say. Contestants can germinate any open pollinated pepper variety they choose and will document the process while giving helpful tips. After harvesting their chosen contender, contestants will dehydrate it before sending it to the Southwest Biolabs located in the famous pepper capital of the world, Las Cruces, New Mexico. And again, they'll be rating the Scoville rating of this, and we'll have an official lab to do that determination to see who's going to win this category. I'm really excited about this category, so I hope that we've got the winning variety. We'll see all of that soon here. We'll see it all real soon. Now the third category is the most exquisite curated container arrangement, which originally, as we were getting ready to launch the competition, was supposed to be a curated flower arrangement, but they opened it up to where we can pretty much plant what we want to in there to make a really great arrangement in those grow bag containers that they sent for all of us to use during this competition. And the great thing about this is again going to be one that you all get to vote for. So contestants are encouraged to let their imagination run wild while designing and growing a beautiful 45-gallon container arrangement from seed, bulb, and or corm. Watch and cheer on our superstar growers while they germinate, design, and tend to their exquisite bounties. Stay tuned and subscribe to our email list to get notified when it's time to vote for your favorite, most exquisite curated container arrangement. And that's the big thing. You do want to get in and be notified when all of those votes are going to happen. I'll definitely be telling you here on the channel, as I'm going to want all of you to go out and vote for us and make sure that we win this category. But it's going to be probably one of the cooler parts of the whole competition, is that all of you do get involved and get to vote for and help us win these competitions. Let's check out the next category, the heaviest sweet potato or yam. This one's going to be really great. I just started growing sweet potatoes a couple of seasons ago, so hopefully I figured out a couple of things and we'll be able to grow a really good sized one. We're really going to have fun with this category too as well, and you'll see what I'm talking about when you check out our video when we do this category. So hopefully you'll all stay tuned to find out. And the website says, ready, set, plant your slips and share your growing tips. Watch our green thumb gifted contestants face off to grow the heaviest non-GMO sweet potato or yam cultivar of their choosing in the Johnny Appleseed 45-gallon grow bags. Contestants have 160 days from transplanting their slip to weighing their heftiest tuber on a local certified scale. So again, this will be on a scale because it's going to be one of those weight categories, and we'll be growing these also again in those 45-gallon grow bags that they sent us. So that's going to be really fun. I've got a couple of ideas of what we'll be doing there with the grow bags and all of that. So again, stay tuned to see what we do in this category for sure. We're going to have some fun there. Next category, the heaviest squash. Now, contestants will squash it out in an epic battle to grow the heaviest open pollinated squash, pumpkin or gourd cultivar of their choice. Follow along on social media to root for our competitors while they plant, care for, and weigh their heavyweights within 160 days of sowing. Stay tuned and subscribe to our newsletter to find out who will be the very first heavyweight squash champion. Now, again, that's going to be 160 days from when we sow seeds, and hopefully I'll be able to find some really good seeds for a really good sized squash. Now again, last year I grew a 137-pound pumpkin and it was huge. It took two of us to move it, so I just can't imagine what we're going to be getting when we grow out this next variety for this category. So I'm really excited about this. And again, also mentioning that Johnny Appleseed Organic has their Climate Guard fertilizer, and that's what we'll be using in this competition. I did use their fertilizer last season. They sent some out for me to use, and I tried it in a few of our containers and raised beds, and they worked out really well. I really like this organic dry fertilizer that they have called Climate Guard. So again, that's a good reason to go check out their website. So maybe you can go check out the Climate Guard fertilizer and see about using it in your garden as well. Now, the last category here on the website is the best organic gardening hack. It's a tip or trick that we utilize in our gardens. I've got a good idea of the one I'm going to use, but there's several different tips and tricks that I do throughout the season and all the different things that we grow out there. So kind of playing around and thinking about the different ideas, but we'll see what we get when we submit for this category later on. Now, the website says learn tips from some of the best gardeners across the country and vote for your favorite one. Watch our contestants share their choice, tried and true organic gardening hack, and how to replicate it in your own garden. The hack with the most votes on Instagram wins. Stay tuned and subscribe to our email list to be notified when it's time to place your vote for the hack you like best. So again, another one of those categories where you've got to vote to tell who's going to be the winner of this competition. It's why it's really important to follow along with us and to see when we're going to be voting on these different categories, so you can make sure you're putting your vote out there for us so that we can win this category. And again, like I said, I think I got a good idea of what we're going to submit, so we'll see when that time of year comes, and we'll let you all know right here on our channel and on that Johnny Appleseed Organics leaderboard website. So let's talk about scoring now. They have a scoring system all set up for us here on the website there. It's kind of what it's going to be as we get going, as a good leaderboard, a great place to see where we're all at, see who's in first place, and the scoring for this. Each contestant is assigned points based on their ranking in each individual contest. The contestant with the highest number of accumulated points after all events conclude wins the Johnny Appleseed Organic Challenge. After each event concludes and results are recorded, contestants' scores and ranking will be updated on our live leaderboard. So there, a good reason also to follow along with us on that live leaderboard too, and see as we're submitting who's getting the points and who's leading on the leaderboard. So again, I think they're using a point scale. So the first place points would be like 6 points, and then last place points would be 1 point. And for each category, all the different accumulated points, as they say, will add up to our winner for the year. So down at the bottom of the website here, they have additional considerations. In the case of vegetable-specific categories, contestants will compete on a self-directed basis, informed by their preferences and the specific growing requirements of the USDA zone in which they are located. i.e., like me, a contestant in Oregon will likely choose to germinate, transplant, harvest, and weigh each vegetable on a different schedule than a grower in Florida. The social media posting voting timeline for most exquisitely curated container arrangement and best garden hack will be simultaneous with other contestants and determined after receipt of all entries. So for those categories where we've got to have all of you vote, what we're going to have to do is all submit, and when they have all of our submissions, then they'll let all of us know when it's time to vote for those categories. All right. And contestants may not use any commercial fertilization input other than Johnny Appleseed Organic Climate Guard. But we are allowed to supplement their fertilization regimen with homemade inputs like compost, pet or livestock manure, coffee grounds, worm castings, different things like that that we could use in as far as organic amendments to our soil. And that's a big key to it as well too, is organic. This is an organic growing competition. So we're looking for any sort of organic amendments and all of that, plus the utilization of their Johnny Appleseed Climate Guard fertilizer, which I think is a really great fertilizer to be using, especially for this competition. Should help all of our plants grow really, really well. And again, thank you all so much for joining with me here on this video, as we now got a great idea of how this competition is going to go. I'm out looking out right now for all of the different seeds and varieties that I want to sow out for this competition. We'll be getting that going here real soon. In fact, our next few videos that we're going to do is I'm going to do category specific videos. Not sure exactly which one I'm going to start with here on our next video, but we'll dig into each one of these different categories and talk about the varieties that we're going to grow, and talk about some of the different growing methods and considerations that we'll have in order to grow the best of each one of these categories and have the best chance of winning this competition. So thanks again for following along. I hope you all hit that subscribe button and hit the bell notification so you can be notified of all of those upcoming videos. And I'll see all of you on our next one. Thank you everyone for watching this video on our Johnny Appleseed Organics Invitational. And remember, these videos run every other week. And on next week, be sure to tune in and check out another one of our micro pepper farm vlogs. So, we'll see all of you next week.